Hi y'all, I'm Allison. Welcome to the Mighty Bujo. Today I've got the third part of October's Mood Mandala. We'll be coloring it in and expanding our design. And let's see, I should have 7 rings to do today. But first, you need a sharp pencil. If you're looking for a good pencil sharpener, that was the Prismacolor. I think it cost about $4, $5. And it's really nice. I like it. It does a good job of sharpening your pencils without, chewing up one side of it to where you don't get the lead. So anyway, Prismacolor, I highly recommend that pencil sharpener. Now, if you look at the purple rings, that was where I left it the last time I worked on it, and I was not happy with the way that design or element turned out at all. So today I'm about to try to fix it into something I'm a little happier with. And I thought maybe if I expanded on it, drew in some more petals, that maybe it would fit better and wouldn't bother me so much. And I think it worked. I think it definitely improved the look of it once I added some more to it. It's still, not my favorite part of the design. In fact, I think it's my least favorite, but at least now it's not as glaringly annoying. So that's something you can try in yours. If you've found that, this part doesn't look good, then maybe go back in and add a few more pencil lines to it or expand the original part of it and see if you like it better. Now here I'm dividing my little segments in half once again, because I'm not much of an artist. I am trying, and as I get farther out on my grid without having those guidelines, then all of my stuff gets way out of proportion. So I decided to split those arcs once again. And if you look at that orange ring in the center, those little half lines, I ended up using those to expand the rings all the way out, or the guidelines rather. Yeah, you can see them now. It's my hand's out of the way. If you look at the orange circle in the center, the little lines with the circles above them, that's what I use to extend my guidelines through the arcs. And there is where my hand smudged the ink. So, figuring out how I can work that in to where it looks intentional. And here's what I came up with. Now this little, I guess, doodle, again, lack of a better word, I'm just going to go with that, would have worked better if it wasn't sitting on the circle. So I realized once it's done, it didn't quite have the look that I was going for. And you'll see me mess with this, I think a couple of times until I get to where I'm happy with it. I was going for like that kind of Aztec design, which is not what it looks like at all because the bottom lines are blended in with the circle below it. Now, one of the reasons I have that little postcard underneath this page is on the page behind it. There is washi tape or something on the page, and depending on which color pencil I'm working with, it leaves a crease in the pencil lines. So by putting that card beneath it, then it smooths out the surface and you don't get that little bump. I love this color of green. And here's where I'm fixing that. And I think it looked better once I closed it in. See, the post-its on the back of that page were leaving crease lines. So that's why I removed them. And that's another little trick I don't know if I haven't really found it, but anyway, that's another thing you can do is, even though I'm just repeating the triangle pattern, this time I made it a little steeper and also changed the line weight by just darkening it in, and that gives it a little more of a dimension to the triangles, and it doesn't look quite as repetitive just by changing how thick your line is. The postcard also helps when you're at the corners like this and, you know, coloring at the edges. It helps keep the paper from, I guess, ripping up, and it keeps it, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's gone. Anyway, just put a postcard, some cardstock, something, if you're working towards the corner of a page. It'll make things easier. Here I'm trying to figure out what to do by kind of tracing my hand over the paper and trying to envision what it will look like. And I had no ideas, so I'm just continuing with the triangle pattern, but this time I'm rounding them. So, but I really like the effect it gives with the different layers. Even though it is the same shape, they all look a little different because one's wider, one's thicker, and then we got the thin line. And I decided to widen this one again to make it stand out from the previous. And I do like the effect overall. I think it looks pretty cool. whenever you reach the part of your circle where it's missing like that, what you do is just kind of continue to go around and, you know, draw where it would have been, like in the air or mentally in your head, and then you can continue to go around your circle and make your pattern be consistent. That's what I did over in the corner on that green. And I'm sorry, but apparently when I did the purple, my either battery died or my card was full, and I didn't realize I wasn't recording. So anyway, here is the end of week 3, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. So I would love to see it if y'all are making mandalas of your own. Please leave me a comment and let me know, and I'll go and check yours out. And subscribe. Since tomorrow will be Halloween, I plan to have the end of this mandala. I'm just going to put it up hopefully by the 1st or the 2nd. And then I'll be starting over on Monday with a new one. So y'all be sure and subscribe and keep an eye out. Bye.